Hey everybody, it's Grant, and today we're going to talk about buying a fourplex with the ability to build 16 more units on the land that comes with it for a total of 20 units. Stay tuned, I think you'll really enjoy this video. So as you can see, these are brand new construction, and each unit is actually a little over 1,100 square feet a piece, so the total construction building would be right over 4,400. And as you can see, there's another fourplex just on the other side, and the reason that this isn't in the video as part of the sale is because they've already previously sold it to another customer. One of the property's biggest negatives is it's actually on a very busy road in the middle of Lake Charles, and I'm sure you've heard in the video, because it's very hard to do these because this road is so busy, just the noise just in general. But the good news is I've been inside the apartments and they're very well insulated, so let me show you a few more things about it. Another major issue to this project is going to be this lift station. So anytime you have a certain amount of distance at a job, you're always going to be required to have a lift station. But this job is going to end up having a lot more maintenance cost over time just to keep up the lift station, which doesn't necessarily help the overall ROI. Probably the biggest issue on this property is going to be the gully that you see in front of you. So the gully is actually part of the property, which increases the liability here tremendously. So we're going to put up every sign we possibly can on the fence that we're going to be putting to make sure that we can limit our exposure. Now, due to the issues that I've told you about and the negatives that tend to lie on this property, the property's been on and off of the market since it's been built and even before it was finished. The 4 units I have shown you are still kind of under construction. So I picked the best looking one without all the mess. So hey, we're actually in the rear of the property now, and you can see all this extra concrete that comes with the original 4 units. So not only do we have 4 units automatically ready to start generating income, that sweet, sweet cash flow, but we have the ability to build 16 more units for a total of 20 at this location, which will be my biggest project yet to date. If you've never developed a property, it is quite taxing. You have so much to do as far as civil engineers. Anything over 200 feet in the area of Lake Charles, Louisiana, you are going to have city spec street, which means all of this concrete is 6 inches thick. So when it comes down to it, you guys have a lot more preparation with this. So not only do we have a fantastic property here, but now we show you how the property is going to have an ability to have 16 more units for a total of 20 units. The cash flow on that's going to be absolutely amazing, and I'll share more of that with you if they actually accept our offer. And heck, even if they don't, we'll still run some numbers on it just in case you're looking at something similar to this in your neck of the woods. So I do want to show you all these little stations of pipe that are on each one of these spots. There's already been the plumbing run to where it needs to be. So these pads have been already done. The clay, everything's been built up. The grass has just kind of grown over it because the project has been so drawn out. All you have to do is scrape the greenage, run your stuff, fill your slab, and you're good to go. One other thing I'd like to address is, as you can see, they built a fence right there on their existing fourplex that was purchased. That will happen to this one as well, and I will build a fence all the way around this property, not only to keep people from falling in the gully, but I just really enjoy that secluded, where you don't feel like you can see this older area. And as you just can see this right here, you'll still see it, but once you're actually in the property, a fence can really do wonders. The cost of that fence, however, is going to be somewhere around $7,000 to $8,000, maybe $6,000 if I get a great deal. So that is a big cost, but I really enjoy the way it makes our properties feel just more at home. So I'd just like to show you just how nice this property is. Even though it has a few negatives to it, it really can be something fantastic. As you can see, each one of these spaces can fit another fourplex. So the way it's designed to go, you're gonna have, of course, the fourplex in the front. Sadly, the fourplex that's also in the front that's been sold. Here, 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 and here will be another fourplex on each one of those spots. So a total of 5 buildings to equal that 20 units. So one thing I definitely like to do in all my videos is show you anything that's a little different or out of place. It typically makes the video a little bit more fun for me. So I'm gonna turn this around and show you directly what's behind me. I think you'll get a kick out of how they had a little creativity involved. An oasis on their rooftop, probably the coolest thing I have ever seen. 10 out of 10 for creativity. Another really nice thing about this property is it comes with what I like, and that is low maintenance landscaping. However, I have dug a small hole in a small portion of it, and I do not see any evidence of a weed barrier. So it's gonna definitely take my yard guy a lot of maintenance over time, which is gonna cost even more money on this project. Actually, there's a little vandalism here. You can see somebody tried to get in with a screwdriver, and the door is locked, I locked this one back, but the back door has also been the exact same. And when you come over to this unit, you'll see the exact same issue here. Part of the problem is there's children, as you can see right here, all the damage, and then all the inside of the door is all keyed up as well. The main reason for that is, one, the length that actually the place has stayed vacant, and two, the amount of foot traffic because of schools and just the older area. There's a lot of people that walk around in that very busy intersection, a very busy street. Doesn't help anything. So here we are actually inside the townhomes, and I'm going to show you where I think they did well, where I think they can improve, and where I think they completely missed the mark. The apartments are really spacious. Now, of course, it's going to echo a little bit more just because there's no furniture here, but I really enjoy the color scheme that they did, and this beautiful luxury plank, which I'm assuming, I don't know, but is water resistant, waterproof, and scratch resistant. Really smart choices on the property so far. Another thing that I enjoy is how they separated the rooms. Really comes together nice and makes you feel like it's a lot more expensive place than it is. So always keep in mind that people can't get past clutter. They can't get past unfinished products. That's why you see things that are flips and people make so much money, because some people just don't have the vision. This is the cleanest apartment out of all the four, and it has still got things all over the counter, all over the ground, and they're trying to sell this for top dollar, and that's why they've been so unsuccessful. So just keep that in mind anytime you're doing a project. Keep it tidy, keep it neat, and keep it as complete as possible while you're trying to get top dollar. So the first thing I'm gonna compliment on is the kitchen color scheme. It's just really a nice compliment to the apartment. They went with white appliances. I typically do stainless, but this really looks nice. There's that clutter that we were talking about, and you'll see that throughout the entire place. But a ton of cabinet space. Another great thing about this kitchen is it has a ton of drawers. So not only do you have cabinet space, but you have under and over cabinet space, but you have a ton of working drawers that are huge. You'll be able to fit any silverware drawers, any of those things. That's normally a giant complaint in apartments, is they always have drawers that are like that, the very small ones. So all in all, I really enjoy this kitchen, think it's very top notch, and you'll have a beautiful view of all those 16 units in the back. Let's check this out. So this is a pantry area. So one crazy thing they didn't put is pantry lights, closet lights, and even a utility closet light. And you can see a lot of just shoddy workmanship, how this right here hasn't been painted fully. And those are the little things that don't mean a lot, but they mean everything. Speaking of the view in the back, just keep in mind that back here, you will have a fence just like that one. I don't know if it's gonna be any deeper than that, but it's at least 10 feet. So you have a 10 foot by 10 foot. Hey, look, my real estate agent and beautiful fiance Kayla's here. One thing that I definitely would change is the slab back here. So I really enjoy having a space for my tenants to either put a barbecue pit or something nice to where they really feel at home. They have a better chance of staying long term if they have that outdoor escape or that area just to kind of kick back and relax. So keep that in mind when you do these. You don't always have to do everything for the greatest cost, because a little extra concrete doesn't cost much and it adds a ton of value to the tenant. The utilization of the can lights eliminate a lot of light fixtures in the house. And really and truly, can lights are more expensive as a group, but individually they're $15 to $25 a light. And if you still want, you can hang a nice bar light just over here, and it'll really separate it and make you feel like you're in a dining room setting. So here we are at the bathroom, or if you want to be fancy, water closet. And as you can see, you have a nice standalone sink, but there's no mirror. Once again, turnkey is key for everything if you're trying to sell for top dollar. Not only that, you can see where another big major mistake was, measure twice, cut once, to where you don't have to come back and spend more time and more money on fixing small things like this. And a buyer might just go away because they don't know how to fix sheetrock like that. Another major thing that I would have changed, this place is set up as a 2-bedroom, 1.5 bath. You will lose a lot of lookers just off of Zillow, off of the MLS, off of real estate agents just in general by leaving out that second bathroom. So the easiest thing I can see to eliminate this 2-bedroom, 1.5 bath problem is right here, where you have this wall extended all the way out to here, right? So you're gonna add another foot. I get you're gonna lose that beautiful, architectural feel, but it's an apartment. We need efficiency. And right here, they have enough room for a standalone, full-size washer and dryer, which is just unnecessary in an apartment, especially if you're gonna furnish them yourselves. So right here where I close this door is where the bathroom would now be. We would turn this into a pantry. Who doesn't love more storage? And then what we'll do, inside the bathroom, we'll take it, move the vanity to where the toilet is, and add a all-in-one shower right here, just a stand-up shower, not a shower tub, and it equals a 2-bedroom, 2-bath. So one thing I mentioned earlier, but I do want to show you because it's the craziest thing. They don't have any lighting at the top of the washer area or any of the closets. It's the craziest thing. It just seems like a big miss. So I do feel like that was a huge miss on their part, not putting any lights at all in the closets or the utility rooms. You might feel differently, but I just like to spend that extra 20, 30 bucks on a large fluorescent. So one thing that people end up doing all the time is overspending on flooring. And so what that means to you is instead of putting a laminate throughout the entire house or a porcelain, when it comes to upstairs, definitely spend the money in your downstairs areas where people are going to come in and they're going to see it and they're going to be like, wow, this is beautiful. But upstairs, put some carpet. It's so easy to rip up and change out in the event the tenant absolutely destroys it, and it saves you a ton of money in the long run. So another thing about this house is this breaker box. I would definitely not leave a breaker box right where everyone's going to see every single day. Attic access, sometimes that's just going to happen. But a breaker box, it's so easy to not put it. This was just an afterthought, and I really feel that this being moved would make a huge difference to the tenants. So one thing we talked about earlier was adding a full bath to the half bath, and that eliminated the washer and dryer when we turned that downstairs area into a pantry. So where would we put it? Well, on the other side of this wall, there is a kick-in, and this house is full of linen closets. So by making this the exact same way as downstairs, by not lowering that wall, not kicking it in for aesthetics, you'll be able to add a double stack washer and dryer here. The tenants will love doing their laundry upstairs, and it'll make so much more value to this apartment. So here we are in the master bedroom, and it's really spacious. You can see that kick-in that I was just telling you about. And not only that, there's a Jack and Jill bathroom here, which I also feel they could have just turned into a 2-bath. And you got a beautiful view of that great real estate that comes with this project. I try to fit walk-in closets anywhere I can. This is definitely a smaller closet, and it still has that flaw of not having any light, which is really gonna be a turnoff to your high-end tenants. So one of my absolute favorite places here in the house besides the kitchen is this bathroom. So it's the same kind of concept here. You can see it's got the tub in the center. It's got this Jack and Jill sink, as you'll notice on the other side. Once again, no mirror, to where that just really deters a turnkey buyer. And as you can see, they've still got a ton of paper and clutter all over. Last but not least, this is the other bedroom of the apartment. Once again, no lighting inside that closet, and it's a little bit bigger. So maybe this was meant to be the master. I'm not really sure, but the lighting issue definitely makes it strange. And then right here, you have the window to that busy street I told you about, which just makes it really risky to build something nice where there's a lot of older projects. But I really feel that the price I offered is definitely worth the risk. So before we go back downstairs, this is the one door I haven't shown you yet, and I know you're dying to know what's behind it. You're probably like, he didn't show me that one door. What could be possibly behind it? Well, I can tell you. Look no further. It is the 3rd to 4th to 5th linen closet in this house. They really have a lot of spots for your blankets. Let's go downstairs. We'll talk about the deal and what I see as a potential profit. So lastly in this video, I would like to talk about how this deal came to pass. So being that I purchased a large property down the street with 7 units on it, this developer got my phone number, called my fiance, who is also my real estate agent, Kayla, and they offered us this property for $800,000. And I came and looked at it, saw the location, instantly wasn't interested. By the time we called them back, explained that, they said, we understand, and they took down from $800,000 to $720,000. Now, being that they dropped it from $720,000, they dropped it 80 grand in one conversation, I knew something was just kind of up. And I went ahead and looked at it a little bit more, saw all the other negatives that I've mentioned in this video, went ahead and sent in an offer at $600,000, which they did not accept. That was a little over a month and a half ago. And now we are back here. They've called us again. A mutual friend of ours have kept us in touch. He's actually my civil engineer and the civil engineer on this project. And what happened is he told me that they would probably take it around 700 to 650 net, and that would actually cut out Kayla. Well, I'm never going to cut out my real estate agent because that money not only comes back to my household, but that's how she makes her living. So we offered $640,000. We're really hopeful to get the deal. And if we do get the deal, we are going to show you many more videos on this property with the construction, and we'll do another video on we purchased it, getting it finished up, tying up all those loose ends, and how much income it's going to generate now and at 20 units. Thank you again, guys. This is going to be the end of the video. Please don't forget to hit that like button, hit the notification bell. Please subscribe. We are new. My gimbal even died halfway through, so I've been using the old hand motion. My arm's a little tired. But thank you guys for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed this. We have a lot more videos to come. I have a ton, well, to me, a ton of rental properties that I would love to share with you. I build most of them from the ground up. I've bought a few. I do land development, and I really think you're going to enjoy all the things I have to share with you. Have a fantastic afternoon. See you soon.